Blood, and holy shit, that story is fucking depressing.
Yeah, I saw you talking to Adamoni about it in the Discord the other day, and I was like, oh my god.
Dude, that shit is depressing. Like,
Yeah, for real.
so it starts off as the whole entire series starts off as like a visual novel, right?
Right.
And the thing about the visual novel is that this is one of those things. You ever see like those animes that are like, oh yeah, this group of high schoolers starts off wanting to make a game company. They do like dojins and indie games until they get picked up by a big company or something, right?
Right.
That's basically the story of how that came to be. Type Moon is like an indie developer that became big because someone made Melty Blood, which is the fighting game, and then it blew up. Melty Blood blew up, and therefore the visual novel blew up. So, uh, also the people who made Melty Blood and Tsukihime is the same people who made Fate Stay.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
There's those universes are actually connected too. So, um, but anyway, there's a lot of depressing things, and it's not a good time. I feel bad for all of these characters except for one because one is a dick. What do we want to watch? There's a lot of shit on here that I was gonna look at. Okay, here's what I wanted to look at.
Um, by the way,
Yep.
uh, I'm just gonna say his name because it's easier than saying that guy that I'm talking to. His name is Nick, like Nicholas, but Nick. Um, I uh, I was talking to him yesterday, and we were talking about Smash and tournaments and stuff like that. Apparently, he's been to a Smash tournament before, and he placed like 33rd out of 150. I was like, damn, that's actually pretty good.
Who does he play?
I don't remember. He said that he played Zelda at some point, but he plays. Oh, I think he said Me Gunner.
Really? Me Gunner.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that's a big difference.
That speaks a lot to his skill because Me Gunner is not that great of a character.
Huh.
Um,
Interesting.
there's like that one dude, the Anamani was talking to me about. He was like the best in Finland, and he plays fucking DDD, and I was like, what? He says fucking DDD.
Right.
DDD is like D tier.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, I'm always impressed when people are good enough to be good in tournaments, but especially when they use characters that are like not considered good characters like that. Like, I mean, you expect when people are really good at like Pikachu to place well in tournaments.
All right.
That's not really surprising.
Pikachu's a good character. You just gotta use the things about Pikachu that's good.
Yeah, you just got to be smart about it. But I mean,
Hello.
you can be smart with a really bad character and still not place well.
Yeah, I mean, so again, it really speaks to his skill that he got up there with fucking DDD and Me Gunner.
And
Right.
welcome. This is Rufelmonger.
What's
And
up,
my friends, today
Monger?
I want to talk Guilty Gear Strive. And I
Guilty
want to talk
Gear.
about the perceived lack of defensive options in Guilty Gear
There is
Strive.
defense options
This
in
has
Guilty
been
Gear. They
blown
just
up
kind of some of them are
way
kind of
too
hard
much
to
on
use.
Twitter. And I want to come and weigh down on this with my own opinion on the matter because I find, in a way, both
From a
sides are
casual
right.
standpoint, you wouldn't
Is
use one
there
of
a
them at
lot of
all.
defensive options in Guilty Gear Strive? Yes. However, does it feel like sometimes you have no options at all? Yes, I also think that is the case. So let's talk about it. So now let's look at it this way. If defensive options are indeed very weak in Guilty Gear Strive, let's look at how many defensive options exactly we have. So first up here, we can block, right? Hold back the block, simple enough. Air blocking too, not every fighting game has air blocking, Guilty Gear does. So that's, pretty basic. Moving on, we have instant block. Instant block, to be fair, realistically is not really a big deal at all in this game. The window to
Is
instant
that
block
you?
is 2 frames,
Yes, I
and
something
that's it.
came up
That's
on my
not enough
phone.
to
Ah,
realistically do it. Flawless blocking in Mortal Kombat 11 is 3 frames, and even then, flawless blocking can be pretty difficult, and there's actually a lot of ways to trick the game to get the flawless blocks to work. And even with all
really?
that, it's still difficult at the best of times, right?
Yeah.
So
So
instant block,
instant
we
blocking
can
is
kind
hard.
of write that one off, right? We have faultless defense. So this is very handy.
Follows
This
defense is a really good
increases your
option,
stack
but
on
only if you
block.
have meter.
So certain people doing, like whatever block string, you'll be pushed out further than you used to be. Certain moves got around this very easily, like Soul Stand S, although that has since been nerfed, so whatever. And also negates all chip damage. Very important and very underutilized, as we'll talk about later on, right? So Flawless defense is, I would agree, a strong option. Weaken burst versus the ultimate get
There's
off
also
speed, right?
instant
Bursts
faultless
are definitely
defense.
few and far between, and obviously if baited, you're kind of dead on block, right? But still,
Also, burst
it is
works
the
really
ultimate
weird
get
in
off
this
speed
game.
move, and
The way that burst works in the other games is that when you're getting hit, when you hit the burst button, it happens, right? In this game, the
Right.
way burst happens is that if there's a gap, or like when you're waiting to when the opponent's hitting the button to hit the next button, right? It'll burst will activate in that gap as opposed to when they get hit. So
That's really weird.
it's really annoying because you'll hit burst at a really good time, like you'll
And then it won't
so
come out.
right so like
away.
there's bait burst in this, so obviously if the attacker is smart enough, they can bait the burst and just block it and then keep their combo going and actually get a full combo off of it. But you can this is one of those, like, I can outplay, you're outplaying me, right? And you can bait
Right.
their bait burst, which I do all the time because they have like a specific kind of air combo called the death combo, where obviously you don't want to get hit by it when if you're about to die. What would happen is, like, you get launched in the air, and then you take a lot of damage from this combo, and if you're about to die, obviously you want to use your burst. So what I do is that if I get launched in the air and I'm about to die, 9 times out of 10, the first thing they're going to do is try to bait the burst so you don't take any of the damage. I just don't use burst, and then they just drop their combo. But it doesn't work the way that it works in other Guilty Gear games, which makes it a lot harder to use. Matter of fact, it happened a couple times Monday when I was streaming. Like Billy, who plays the character May with SeaWorld.
Yeah.
He said a couple of times he tried to do burst, and like it either didn't come out when he wanted it to come out, or I was able to like block it.
and limited obviously for a
So it's
reason.
kind of
We have
it's kinda
invincible
limited in this game.
backdashes. So
Those
frame one,
are
every single
character
in the game's
dependent.
Backdash is indeed just 100% invincible. The issue with this is invincible backdashes are in no way created equal in this game.
see.
The amount of invincibility every character has is different from character to character. Generally speaking, the big characters, Gold Lewis, Nagoriyuki, Potemkin, these characters have the most invincible backdashes, and characters that are very strong, very fast, tend to have less invulnerable backdashes, to the point where, outside of maybe trying to just evade a throw, the backdash isn't all that useful.
So, like spot dodges, right? Imagine, like, depending on what character you play, the spot dodge in Smash has a different amount of invul frames. Basically, the big characters, like the characters that I play and the character that Logan used to play, has, when they do backdash, it has 6 frames of invulnerability. Other characters like Soul and Eno here, I believe, have 5, and then all the light characters like Chip and Milia have 4 frames of invul on their backdash. This game is very fast, right?
Yeah, I remember in the couple of streams, whatever the fuck, when I played it, I remember it was really, really hard to time your moves.
Soul here on the left has a button that is 3 frame startup, which means if you have a 4 frame backdash, you have to time it perfectly, otherwise you're still gonna get hit. Yo, I like the shirt. This is a tracksuit jacket. But thank you. I don't know why I
Hey,
was on.
Loney.
At all, because most moves just have enough active frames to hit you out of it and just hit you once the invincibility works.
Also, if they have more active frames than what's available, jacket, shirt, whatever. If they have more active frames than, startup or whatever, like, then it's just not gonna work,
Runs out. We have Forward and Punch, the 6P. This offers upper body invincibility.
Money says hi.
Although not exactly
Yeah,
frame
okay,
one,
sure,
it does take a
whatever,
couple
exactly.
frames to go in, but still. If you know, say, a very specific strike is coming your way, then you can easily beat it out, right? It's great for counterplay. So technically it's more of an active form of defense, but I will still very easily consider this a form of defense, right? It's counterplay, so it's very valid. The thing is, obviously, this is another character-to-character issue. Some people's Forward Punch or 6P is much more valuable than others, right? There is definitely feast and famine between the roster when it comes to the Forward Punch, because some people got good ones and some people do not. As far as defense goes, I will definitely count a throw. A throw is a very strong defensive option. Why? Because it's 2-frame startup. It's very fast for a basic throw, right? So if you close in and you do anything that's a little bit negative, right? Say you spaced your jump attack poorly so it hit higher than you thought, you hit the ground a little bit negative, you're in for potentially a bad time, right? Or any pressure that's a little bit negative is also subject to a throw. So throw is a defensive option that's quite strong. Combined with the fact of the rule of 5, if you remember the rule of 5. In many situations when you're getting up or you just block attack, for the first 5 frames of your recovery after the initial block or get up or whatever, you yourself cannot be thrown, yet you can throw the enemy, right?
So on Wake Up, there's grab involved, basically.
Ooh,
So there's definitely a lot of
makes sense.
situations after blocking something where you both recover, you can throw them, but they can't throw you. So throws are definitely a strong enough defensive option. This is definitely one of the more feast or famine ones here, but we have strike and vulnerable moves. So your uppercut style of moves, right?
Oh yeah, DPs.
Thing is,
Not every
there's
character has
few
that.
characters in the game blessed with these moves, and most of the cast does not have.
There's
the
4
option.
characters in the game that has a DP.
So, I feel like if
Which
you
4
feel
characters is
the
it?
game
Soul, Chip, Leo, and Kai.
Hmm.
Hilariously enough, my character can bait DPs pretty easily on every character except Leo, because Leo's DP is too fucking big.
game's defensive options are weak, it may really depend on if you play a character with an uppercut, a strike, invincible reversal, because all of a sudden, a lot more options.
Hey, Grace, how you doing?
You if you have one of these
Hey,
styles of
Grace.
moves. If you don't, things are definitely a lot more rougher on defense. That said, as well, command grabs. Command grabs are throw invulnerable. So if you're worried about, throw-based pressure, all that kind of stuff, just like the uppercut is strike invulnerable.
All caps high, oh my god!
So that is another layer of defense. And finally, one of the best options we have is the yellow Roman cancel. Yes, like all Roman cancels, it does indeed take 50% of a meter, but it pushes the enemy back, which is good, gets them off you, and also...
Sorry, it took literally forever. Yeah, I mean, shit happens, right?
Because
Be like
a yellow
that
Roman
sometimes.
cancel
I think out of everybody,
very
like, that
advantage
came out of
to
school, I
hit
think you're probably doing the best out of all of us. You're busy.
So the enemy now has their back to the wall. It is also for just so you
Oh,
know,
hey,
it is also
speaking
a
of, I
guard
got my
break.
first paycheck today, so
the
that's
state-
pretty sick.
Thank
So it
Christ,
removes
man.
the rule of 5,
Dude,
all that kind of stuff, so you can throw
I'm like,
them
I've
right
already
after
been
they
working
get
a
out of it,
month.
like
I
all that
just
kind
want to
of
get
stuff. So
paid.
it's very good. It's a very powerful tool, but of course limited by the fact you can't exactly do it all that often. Meter gain, realistically, maybe at best.
Happy get
especially
that
if it's
cash.
wall in the middle of a round, you can do it twice around. And if you're
This is
really
like the
getting steamrolled,
biggest
you'll only
paycheck
get
I've
one,
ever
and that's
got
it,
to.
right?
I'm just
But
like,
as
oh.
it stands, these are a lot of your defensive options, and there is a lot of them. So now that we just kind of listed through everything, right? Like, it seems like Guilty Gear Strive is completely...
Guilty Gear has a lot of
flowing.
defensive options. It's just,
absolutely dripping with defensive
like,
options.
it just feels like you can't use them.
That defense is weak in Guilty
I
Gear.
definitely
right?
felt
After
that way
listing
when
off
I
all that
played
kind of
it.
stuff.
Like,
Well,
I had a hard
here
time
comes the
understanding
other
how to
side
do
of
the
coin.
defense.
Yes, there is a lot of options.
Big boy jobs pay so
Absolutely.
sexy. Yeah, they
But
do.
not
I wouldn't
every
know.
option is as viable for every single character. As a
Antar,
good
you
deal
should
of the
just move
options,
back
they
here
vary
and get a
character
big
to
boy
character.
job here.
Quality of your backdash.
I'd
quality
still
of
face the same problem I have
speed.
here.
If you have
Little
strike
Sam wouldn't know.
invincible,
Okay, well,
a strike invincible
I guess
reversal,
Abby's doing the best out of all of us then.
you know, that all
maybe
wildly varies character to
Technically.
character.
Wise.
Technically
Also, there's a
speaking,
lot
I think I
of
actually get paid more
Now-
than you do for my part-time.
Now, mentally,
Wow. You wanna fucking hug?
yes.
Money, you don't have a job, right? What does your wife do? Oh boy.
What does your wife do, Antar?
Not exist.
Mentally, where even are we, honestly?
I'm projecting my soul onto the internet so that way I can pretend that I'm doing something with my life. She's interning as an occupational therapist. Oh, that's
Oh, that's
cool.
awesome.
Is therapy like a big thing in Finland? I know it's
I mean,
it's not like everyone says, oh, you should go to therapy, but no one fucking does it, you know? Not here, at least.
well, I more people do than you probably think. Most people just don't broadcast it. I think people our age do, but that's a pretty like uncommon thing.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, fair enough.
Defense. Now, Guilty Gear Strive obviously is a very offensive-based game in the end, right? This is certainly not the land
Occupational
of
therapy is
thirsty
closer to
Honda
physical
down
therapy.
back
Oh.
grinding out the clock. The game was never designed to be that way. One of the reasons the way it is like the risk gauge, right? You can't afford to keep blocking. Simple as that.
I'm
right?
hot,
Guilty
so I'm
Gear
taking
is
this
always
off
gonna
now.
be an offensive-based
You're
game
not a
in the end,
fan.
right? No matter how many defensive options.
I have a
you
fan
you're
have.
on.
And the risk gauge
If you're gonna
is one
take
of the
clothes
things
off, then
that really
this should be a
hammers that
different
point
kind of
home.
stream.
You block
Oh,
too much,
yeah,
you will
subscribe
pay
to my
the penalty,
OnlyFans. That'll be
and
deleted in
Lord
a month.
forbid, your risk gauge actually gets cranked out the max. Because if it gets cranked out the max, next hit will probably kill you, right? But, you know, defense is weak in that no matter how many options we
Dean
have,
Moni gets me. Same
you are
wavelength.
straight up just, in the end, not incentivized to block, no matter what. Like, that is just how it is.
He figured it out. You're not incentivized to block in this game, ever.
Anyways, you
Ever.
can indeed faultless defense to help negate your risk going up, right? But
Yeah, I was
that's
telling Grace that
another
I'm
layered at
mostly
your feet,
vegetarian
right?
now.
If you're trying to defend yourself,
Oh,
and
nice.
Yeah, there's some days where I'm not. Where, like, you know, you always have a cheat day, right? Like yesterday,
yeah.
I ate like beef stir fry because I was like, I need, you know, like when it's very clear that your body is telling you need something.
Yeah, you start craving it most of the time.
Yeah, yesterday was protein, so I ate beef stir fry, but
I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's probably good that you have a cheat day for something like that because there's still, I mean, there's ways you can be a vegetarian without eating meat and still getting those kind of proteins, but like if you're not taking like vitamins or anything, then it's still a good idea.
dieting is mentally exhaustive as well.
Yeah, fuck that.
Because a lot of people have the mindset that when you're dieting that you can't have something, which is the wrong way to think about that. You have to go, I don't want this, which
You have to
by
rewire
itself is
your
hard.
brain.
You have to rewire your brain, and rewiring your brain is hard.
That just sounds like
Yeah.
exercise with more steps.
I don't think you don't know what exercise is,
I'm
do you?
kidding. It was a joke.
You don't know what exercise is, do you?
Shut the fuck up. It was a joke.
you are crippling yourself in another, in that it'll take a lot of your meter, right? And whoever has more meter in a way is definitely leading the match, right? If you lose your meter to get out of a situation where you don't want to raise the misc, you're curtailing your ability to actually win the game in the end. Another very strong offensive feature that punishes being, you know, any kind of complacent is the guard break. And the
Guard break.
it gets around a lot
Guard
of
break
all these
is fucking
defensive
stupid
options
in this
we
game.
talked about.
It's ridiculous.
Guard
So guard break, he's probably about to explain it, but I'm explaining it to Abby anyway. Guard break basically takes away every defense option you have except burst and continue blocking. You can actually do nothing if you get put in guard break. Guard crush and guard break is the same thing in this game.
Oh, I was about to ask the same thing. I was like, wait,
Guard,
that sounds familiar.
there's no actual technical guard break in the game. So guard crush and guard break are the same thing. You can actually do nothing except continue blocking and then burst. Or
Did you?
burst.
Never mind.
Did I what?
Never mind. I'm stupid. I misheard you.
Okay. And not if you use your burst, obviously you won't have your burst. If you get put in a situation where like Soul here has fucking Fafnir that causes guard crush and he can keep doing it without using meter for it, and you don't have burst, you kind of just have to hold that. And that's what makes Potemkin fucking busted too, is because he can just do it whenever the fuck he wants to, as long as it's, and you don't even get throw involved, as Adam Mounty points out. And yeah, Potemkin can do it like whenever the fuck he wants to. He has a really good hitbox on it because the whole entire part that you would actually be able to hit for a counterattack is basically only your hitbox and not a hurtbox. And it hits low, so you can't 6P it. And then 9 times out of 10 they're doing it on Oki, so You have to hold that on block, and then immediately after that, you have to either take the hit and help you get the counter hit and get pushed all the way across the screen, or take it and play rock paper scissors and see what his next move is going to be, which 9 times out of 10 is grab. And if you remember, his grab does the most amount of damage in the game that isn't a super.
R.I.P. Don't get grabbed, kids.
In more ways than one, do not get grabbed.
Breaks,
Yeah,
frankly,
moral of the
just
story,
get
just
around
don't
a
get
lot of
grabbed.
The defensive
Don't get
options
got.
in the game. So, first off here, guard break moves, generally speaking, tend to do a lot of chip damage. And depending on the character,
They also do a lot of chip damage, as he just pointed out, which is stupid.
You successfully block, yes, but he did so much chip damage, you don't really feel like a winner in the end, right? So, for example here, we're just going to block 4 Behemoth Typhoons. All right, here we go. So
that's 4 Behemoth Typhoons that he blocked. Look at her health. It's almost at fucking half. This isn't fair.
How much damage Eno took?
That
I technically didn't even hit you yet, and yet you've lost a third of your life, right? So the guard break's doing very good.
That's why you gotta FD those. But then you don't have any meter.
And yes, absolutely. You can faultless defense for any guard break to just not take that chip damage. So regardless of the character, you won't take the chip. However, it doesn't remove the guard break state. The state, regardless of you doing your faultless defense, is still applied.
That's
and also,
bad.
Guard breaks are not subject to the pushback of a faultless defense. So one of the main things of a faultless defense is you're pushing your enemy out.
You also cannot yellow Roman cancel
a
black guard break.
You're not pushing them out at all. The only thing you're getting is the reduced damage. You're not taking damage, but the other features of the faultless defense is not coming into play. Another layer,
Here's fucking Potemkin, bitch ass.
Removes the rule of 5. Normally, in regular block stun, you're protected, right? You can't be thrown for the first 5 frames after you get out of block stun. So me being Potemkin and all, this removes my ability to like throw you the frame you get out of block stun, right? It's to save your life. However, guard breaks, they don't take that into mind, right? A guard break removes that defensive benefit. So I can throw you the frame of animation. You leave the guard break, unlike every other kind of block in this game. So now, all of a sudden, it's a lot scarier, right?
So that I actually didn't know, which is even more terrifying.
Once again, is just removing layer after layer after layer after layer of protection.
Why is Guard Crush so good in this game? This is fucking stupid. Fuck this game.
And, maybe rightfully so. It is called Guard Break after all. It definitely has...
Like, I know he could do it afterwards, but I thought it was just... I didn't realize that it removed the guard protection from hit stun.
A big deal for you. But I feel a lot of maybe the crux of the original argument of defense being weak in Guilty Gear Strive comes from just character-specific stuff. One of the biggest blessings of Guilty Gear Strive is every character is wildly different from each other, right? So there's no Shoto case, right? You don't got like 3 or 4 characters that are like...
So actually, I was having an argument with this quote-unquote argument, you know how I be, with Adamana yesterday about this. Also, I have a mod that changes the stage, the background, the paintings of the background. It changes it to the rock.
Nice.
So I was saying that even if I do yellow Roman cancel, which is like a good get off me thing, technically it's my turn after that happens, but Nagoriyuki doesn't really have any good enough buttons to keep the pressure up after the fact, because 9 times out of 10 after I hit a button, they could just steal their turn back. Now, you can absolutely lab that out for situation to situation, but the fact that you have to lab that out in the first place makes it kind of not as good as a defense option, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least.
I feel like defense, for the most part, should be fairly easy. Like, you shouldn't have to spend hours just learning how to do it, you know?
I feel like if they're going to make offense as strong as it is, they should make defense also strong. You know what I mean?
Right.
Same game plan with a couple differences. But that also leads to some of the issues. So someone like Milia. All right, so, that's the setup, right? It's Mix-Up Town. And once you...
I mean, you don't have to lab it out. I just think you just needed to see that it is indeed your turn. I'm not saying that it's not my turn. I'm saying there's no point of me doing that if they could just steal the turn back from me because all my moves are too slow. Like, well, there was a fruit fly. That's why I tried to grab the air there. I mean, sure, I can get them off of me, right? Like, it's really effective against Ramlethal because Ramlethal throws her swords, and if she charges at me, no point in hitting them with that logic. Yeah, why do you think I've always attacked you first? I've always went on the offensive playing you because if Faust gets anything off, I can't do anything about that. I fought Billy better because I went on the offensive instead of trying to figure out how to block Dolphin. Oh, if you get put in block, no point in pressing buttons because they block on minus. Yeah, stop playing Faust. Faust is not a good character. You see the issue with this game?
You are now in Mix-Up Town. What do your defensive options really mean, right?
Hell, actually, Monty, to bring up your own point, you stopped playing Faust to play Jacko.
No.
You stopped playing Faust to play Jacko. You were frustrated about how many minus frames and how bad his buttons were, so you stopped playing Faust.
Your defensive option is hope you guessed heads or tails correctly. Like that giant list we went over, not too much of it's going to really apply in this situation unless you happen to have a burst. And once again, that's kind of...
Jekka doesn't have plus frames either, but she has Oki shit. She has Oki shit, and she has very suffocating offensive pressure, as opposed to Faust that just has randomness, and that's about it.
I suppose, right?
Actually, most characters in this game doesn't have plus frames. I think the only character that has an excessive amount of plus frames is Geo. I think that's about it. I know for a fact that Chip is negative on most of his things, but his startup is fast enough that he can get away with that too. He's fast enough to get away with it. I know Milia has really bad startup on her moves as well, despite the fact that they're best. Geo and Gold Lewis. Gold Lewis has plus frames, but his startup is awful. Also, a lot of his moves push the enemy away from his effective range, so he kind of needs it.
So, due to Milia's nature, her game plan, all the myriad of defensive options we have doesn't really matter too much when we come to the crux of her game plan. Another example here is Potemkin. So Potemkin has the Garuda Impact and has the guard break and all that we talked about earlier. And it's also plus 19 on block, which is a lot.
It's plus 19. What move in Smash is plus 19?
God, I couldn't even tell you.
None of them. No move in Smash is plus 19 because that's broken. Even in an arena fighter like Smash.
Even in a party game, that's broken.
That's broken.
That's how you, when you know that Smash won't even do that, that's how you know
it's broken.
Alright, so they wake up into Meaty Garuda Impact, right? Oh, that even was a great combo.
Hi, Grace.
So Meaty Garuda Impact hits later in the active frames, making it even more plus.
Alright, Grace, take it easy.
Plus, in fact, that if you try to escape the second Garuda Impact, you jump out, you get hit. Try to hit a button, you get hit. If you are anything less than Invincible Reversal, you get hit, right? That's kind of the deal.
Yeah, that's actually how I get out of that situation a lot. I just do my reversal super. But if I don't have meter, I can't get anything.
That's basically how it works.
You literally just have to hold that and hope you don't get grabbed.
Like this. So you say you Garuda Impact, right? Blue Roman Cancel, kick, Garuda Impact. The Blue Roman Cancel made that Garuda Impact so plus, the next Garuda Impact is guaranteed. So here we go. I'm going to try to up back out of this. I couldn't even jump in time. So all of a sudden, I had to block the first
So I'm not sure if you know this all as well, Abby, but in this game, and I'm sure in a bunch of other, and Amanda can correct me, I think it's mostly anime fighting games, there are pre-jump frames that you can get hit by. So every character has a set amount of frames before they actually jump, which they can get hit by. In this game, I think it's character dependent, but for the most part, it's 4 or 5 jump frames, I think. The big characters have 5, the smaller characters have 4.
I had to block the second one.
I did not know that.
Blue Roman canceled it. And then that means I had to block the third one, and I had to block the fourth one. So let's take...
I think it's the same on almost everyone except Nago. I know it's not the same on Potemkin. Potemkin actually has to use reverse Mega Fist because reverse Mega Fist throws him in the air faster than his jump does. Look how much chip damage that did.
So if I had 100% meter, you would have to block 6 consecutive Garuda impacts after block, and there's really not.
Look how much
much
chip
you
damage
can
that did.
do
This
about it.
character has,
Like, look
I
at
think,
health
the
of
most.
Potemkin health that far down, right?
I think
All I did was
Potemkin has the
dive
most health
into
in the
throw
game.
And regular throw into the Kara Garuda impact, which is not that difficult really. So yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of your life, and all the defensive options we talked about earlier.
Matter of
come to
fact,
those
chip
items.
damage is such a prevalent thing in this game. I got chipped out by Axel, which is the zoner character.
Right. Is Axel the other really big one?
No, Axel's the character that you saw immediately and was like, no, this character's gross.
Oh, yeah.
Naga's the only one with the slow super jump. He's got a slow super jump, but it's also the best super jump in terms of like covering distance, so I guess it's fair.
Actually mattered? Not too many. We made a whole video about dealing with Garuda impact, so there is a couple things you can do, but you're basically
Most of the
taking
time,
damage no matter what.
most of the time, when the way to deal with Garuda impact is to get hit by it.
Dude who is core game
Intentionally get hit by it.
Against someone who's actually very proficient with the character, which I definitely am not, right? But against people who are proficient with the character, it feels
Yeah,
like
his super would be
every
his
turn,
super jump
it
would be
feels like
OP
no matter
without the
what
pre-jump
you're
frames.
doing,
Yeah.
Just he's always on top of you. Eddie's always doing his thing. Like it feels kind of hopeless sometimes, right?
Why do you say hopeless like that?
Once you learn a matchup, once you learn, the ins and outs, sure, it gets a lot more reasonable. It gets a lot more manageable. But until you put in those hours, it just feels like a giant mess. It just feels
Getting
like
hit with
you're
Garuda
asking
gives
for
Potemkin
there's
Pop
nothing you
Buster.
can do.
Yeah, I mentioned that
Very
before you were here, I think.
hopeless feeling, right? So yeah, you put in the time, it gets better. You put in the time, you get the knowledge, things get more workable. But until that point, it's kind of a feel bad kind of situation. And when it comes to you thinking if you have defense or not, you definitely feel like the only thing you can do is block and hold on for your life, and nothing else is gonna save you.
Never stop, just
I
go.
don't think defense is weak overall, but I do believe it really depends character to character. What's the matchup, right? Characters that have invincible reversals simply have an easier life when it comes to defense than characters that don't. That is just cut and dry. That's the end of that story, right? If your character doesn't have an invincible reversal, things are going to be a bit rougher, and you definitely have to think a lot harder when it comes to defense. Also, when it comes, your backdash, your 6P, all that kind of stuff, if you're Gold Lewis, right, your 6P, you're not going to believe in that move. You're not going to feel too good about it, right? Versus if you're someone like Ramlethal has one of the best counter poke 6Ps in the game. Sure.
I know you don't know necessarily about Gold Lewis. Gold Lewis was that big character earlier with the giant coffin that he was swinging.
Yeah, no, I remember Gold Lewis.
Yeah, his 6P has a hitbox that its hitbox doesn't necessarily hit things in front of him like most other 6Ps do. It puts him mostly above him, which as an anti-air it's great, but like as a actual like counter poke, it's not that great.
Hers is pretty dang good, right? And so
Also, I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
Okie dokie.
Talk to the people for me.
Words. Things. How's your day been, Moni? How's life? Why are you awake in the middle of the night? Why aren't you... Oh, wait, you said you didn't have school tomorrow. Just kidding. I'm doing okay. I'm tired. Work was long. It's been going okay. Some days are better than others, but I think that's pretty normal for most jobs, so I'm not mad about it. I mean, I don't feel like I'm losing my mind or anything, so that's an improvement. How have university classes been going? Are you so what year are you in university? Like is it your first year, second year? Second year? Yeah. I remember second year was pretty rough for me too. I was taking more classes than I probably should have, and I was starting to take classes that were more like focused in what I was majoring in, so it was uh it was an adjustment. Exactly. That face is like the mood of today. Well, hopefully you get some good sleep tonight. Hopefully we all get some good sleep tonight. I slept 12 hours last night and I like when I got up for work this morning, I felt like I could have slept longer. Then again, I'm also like I sleep more than I probably should, but I mean, what can you do besides be tired all the time? My it's funny that you say that. My dad actually used to work with a guy who only slept like 4 hours a night. And the whole time I was like, man, I can't imagine only sleeping for 4 hours. I don't know, I don't understand how he could like function off of that. I feel like that's not enough sleep. That is exactly what I said. He would like sleep for only 4 hours a night and then every like once a week he would just sleep for like 18 hours or something crazy. Um, Apparently, I don't remember where I read this. I read this a long time ago, but apparently, if you sleep for more than 18 hours in a row, you're technically considered to be in a coma. And I'm like, that's crazy, but it makes sense. Oh shit, he's back.
Huh?
I said, oh shit, he's back.
I am. Oh no. Was y'all talking
Oh.
shit?
Listen, don't worry about it.
Sleeping less than 7 hours or more than 17 hours a night is unhealthy. It depends on how old you are.
Um, we were talking about I was talking to Moni about how my dad used to work with a guy who only slept for 4 hours a night and then like once a week he'd sleep for 18 hours and I was like that seems so unhealthy, but it worked for him.
Uh, I think so. What?
You
so
want to try that again?
so I think that your body is actually suited better for 4 hours of sleep and then another 4 hours of sleep as opposed to a full 8 hours of sleep.
Now that I understand, but like he would
But
do his whole day off of 4 hours of sleep and I'm like, nah, no way.
damn, he sounds like me. Actually, how much sleep did I get? Because I was up pretty late. I didn't go to sleep till like 7.
I can't do that. Like I could sleep 4 hours and then do like half of my day and then sleep another 4 hours and do the rest of my day, but I can't do like my entire day off of four. It's not enough.
Apparently, 2 hours of sleep every 4 hours is also fine. Yeah, that I don't
Yeah,
think you.
that's
I don't think
intense.
you feel refreshed though because you be waking
Big
up in the middle of a sleep cycle. But
Big Mattress is trying to convince you to sleep 8 hours.
no,
I'm just kidding.
I slept 7 hours and 30 minutes. But that sleep got interrupted because my mom called me at some point and was like, "Hey, apply for this job." So it was really 4 hours. It was really 5 hours and 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I never. I mean, I did hit deep sleep, but I didn't hit it for that long. Like the max amount of deep sleep I got was about 30 minutes altogether, 40 minutes altogether.
Yeah,
I
that's not a lot.
Oh, you got a tracker too? Yeah, it's the only reason I wear a smartwatch is to monitor my heart and my
I should
sleep.
really start wearing mine again. I get so lazy about it. Like it'll die and I'll be like, I don't want to fish out my charger.
So
Um
I've been wearing my smartwatch. I only got it recently, but I've been wearing it too tight on my wrist, which
oh
ripped all
yeah,
the dead skin off of my arm, and I was like, oh, that's new. I didn't know I could even do that.
yeah, that'll it'll fuck up your grip strength too if you do it too much.
It's on my left hand, so I don't really care about the grip strip as long as it's not like terrible.
Well, yeah, I mean, you should. That's bad. My dad has been having some
Son is good
he's
for
been
that. I need money.
my dad's been having some issues with his grip strength and one of his hands is just like disappearing and like one of his fingers will randomly go numb. Apparently it's like a carpal tunnel thing. So it might happen to you eventually either way.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah,
still
I
have that
don't
many saunas. I'm sure there's some around here if you look hard enough. Like I didn't know we had massage places until my mom took me to one.
you probably have several around you. I couldn't tell you if there is even one like within a day's drive of here. There probably is. There probably is this around St. Louis.
Very serviceable anti-air as well. So it really depends character to character. But I definitely don't
Yeah,
think
there's a
it's
sauna in every
necessary.
house.
I do
What?
think certain aspects
That
maybe
sounds
could be a
so
little bit
nice.
better, but it really
Bitch.
depends on what character you are versus the character.
I would
you
pass
are
out from
playing.
fucking
That said, there's definitely certain
dehydration. I would
to
always
make
be in
your
that
life
bitch.
easier. And that
You'd
comes
pass
through,
out from
flawless
dehydration in a
defense
place
use
that is
and
made
your
to like
yellow Roman
vaporize
pencil
water.
use.
The irony of
One
that is
thing
really
about
funny.
faultless defense
Well, you know how
use,
saunas work, right?
No, I know. That's why I'm saying it's ironic.
No. Usually go in once a week. I be in that bitch all the time. So I don't know if you realize this, but for the most part, I'm pretty skinny, which means I'm always
What?
fucking cold. So my showers, baths, being in a sauna, hot tubs, it's always incredibly hot because it feels nice. On the other hand, Abby's just anemic, so she probably would just like it in general.
gotta appreciate the
I
pushback,
like warm
because
places.
it makes
Like
things
not
more
hot, but I
significant
like
than you
warm
might
places.
think otherwise.
Like
Let's
I
show you
keep
an
my
example.
thermostat up higher than most people do.
So in the corner with Eno, very common
not
setup
sure
here. She'll just do like the
what
hover float
the conversion
slash
is
and then
for it in
do
Celsius. I'd have
forward
to
heavy
look it
slash,
up,
right?
though.
Easy enough. You understand, that's fine. But if we even just faultless defense to the first hit, all of a sudden the first hit of the kickstand, it no longer connects because she's just far out enough, right? So then all of a sudden now we can kind of use that to our advantage. And now in the same scenario, I now definitely 6P her out of it for sure. Where before that was not going to happen. All thanks to that tiny bit of pushback. You might not think it's significant, but trust me, it can definitely change a lot. Characters with a lot of guard break moves and do a lot of chip, right? You don't have to hold down FD the entire time and lose all that meter. You are eligible to just do it right as the move is going to connect. You know, you're still going to lose a lot of meter, right? But at least you won't take all that chip damage. You won't lose half your life in chip, right? You still get guard broken. You don't get the pushback, but at least you don't have to hold it down the entire time. You can like kind of smartly choose when to.
And this goes into like high execution stuff, you know.
Take all the chip damage.
Makes sense.
And in situations, it's not one of our core defensive mechanics, but in situations where you think the guard break's going to happen over and over and over, yes, you cannot yellow Roman cancel a guard break move, right?
Man, I hate when I try that and I hit buttons at different times and do a move. I hate that so much. I hate it so much. I hate it when I try to like do like RC and then get FD and then I don't have the meter to do the RC anymore. I hate that so much. It's so stupid.
Me too.
Yeah, you play this game. So basically, in order to do FD is that you have to block and hold down 2 buttons. In order to do RC, you have to hit 3 buttons at the same time. So if you hit those buttons slightly at different times, it won't give it to you.
Right. I remember when I was playing Under Night, I used to do that. Like that was usually why I couldn't get moves out, is because I was hitting the buttons at the wrong times. That shit's frustrating.
It's very frustrating. I was telling Anamani this as well. I feel like the game's interpreter for how it distinguishes stuff is really specific. Like you have to have really high execution. There isn't a very low margin for error.
Yeah, makes sense.
And while you can get used to that, I don't want to.
Try all you want. It's not going to happen. But in these scenarios where you're getting guard break after guard break after guard break, and it gets a little scary and a little hard to deal with, you can use a blue Roman cancel in between.
I didn't
right?
know that was
Because
his last name.
When it's guard break,
Huh?
guard break, you're
I
scared
didn't
to hit the
notice that
button,
his
'cause if
last
they do
name was
anything but the
Dickinson.
guard break next and try to challenge.
So
you with a button.
another YouTuber got his name wrong and called him Gold Dick Lewison, and so that's what everybody calls his character now.
You're gonna counter hit
Close
you,
enough.
and
Gold
you're gonna
Dick
die.
Lewison.
Especially Gold Lewis. Maybe Gold Lewis. We can talk about whether or not, how good of a character he is, but in this scenario, this is exactly what he's fishing for the whole game. His whole game is to get you here, right? And if you get counter hit, if you try to hit a button, stop the next Behemoth Typhoon, and he instead does stand slash into...
Abby, do you think Gold Lewis looks cool?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks like a businessman turned gunslinger.
Do you think he looks cool?
Eh.
Would it help you to know that the coffin that he's carrying around is a fucking alien?
Okay, yeah, that's kind of cool. See, context matters.
He also has a really cool theme. Billy is like, I don't think this character is cool. He's kind of lame. You want to know the character he thinks does look cool?
Okay, to be fair, this is probably the most normal looking character in most of this game.
Yeah. The character he thinks looks cool is May. And why
she doesn't necessarily look cool, but she looks cute.
Yes, I don't think she. I don't even think her design is bad. I just don't think she looks cool.
Right.
Adam, did you not know this?
I think, like, to be categorized as cool, you have to have, like, some kind of, like, special something,
And, like, Soul literally has a handcuff, like, attached to his jacket. That's fucking cool. Yes, he thinks May is cool.
Soul has, like, the steampunk vibe a little
Yeah,
bit
he's kind of got a
going
steampunk guy. Words are hard.
Yeah, me too.
He's got like the goth thing that's going on, like all the belts and buckles and shit.
It's very Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it's kind of Kingdom Hearts like.
Sword.
His sword is also fucking Zippo lighter.
Stop.
No, look at it. It's a Zippo. He's got a little.
Stop.
Yeah, it's a thing out there. He's got the BDS belts. I'll do you one better. If you look at him in Dragon Install, all of his fucking all the little like ribbons and shit on his jacket turn into spikes, so he really looks like a fucking gimp. And then obviously I think Nago is cool because first off, black representation. 2, he's a fucking vampire samurai. 3, he's cyberpunk as funk, which is also my aesthetic. He's fucking cool looking. And then then Billy is like, nah, May. I was like, May? May is literally just wearing a sweatshirt and a hat.
Yeah, right. Like, she looks like a girl who is in a fighting game.
Not. He's allowed to think that she looks cool, but for me, she's wearing a sweatshirt and a hat.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Like, she is a girl in a fighting game.
And spats. I hate that they cover pot and armor. Potemkin looks fucking cool. The anchor is the cool part. The anchor is the cool part.
That's not even part of her outfit. That's just her weapon.
So for the drip tier list, it doesn't matter. We look at all aspects about it. Like her theme, what she does in the story, everything. She just doesn't really do much. Her whole entire story is, I wonder where X character is up to in Totsugeki. I missed the O, Kanye.
It's a it's a story, but it's not necessarily a cool story.
Yeah, her story is not relevant at all. I think the most important part about May in the overall context of Guilty Gear Strive is that she's Asian. I'm sorry, Guilty Gear, not Strive. Yes, she's Asian, and that's the most important part. This is Potemkin without his armor.
Oh, he looks cool.
Yeah, he's fucking cool. He was
I think he looks cool either way. But
yeah, I do like the whole entire Alphonse Elric looking.
I'm sorry, I was about to say, did you say Potemkin? I think you mean Alphonse Elric.
I do like both outfits. I really wish that this was an option to choose though, because he's fucking cool. His story is cool too. He was like an ex-slave, and then he was a slave, and then someone came and liberated him from slavery, and after that he's like, the fuck, I'm coming to hang out with you. Hello?
I think it's really cool when they give options for different outfits that are like not just a color change, but it like totally looks different, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why they don't do that all the time, because, you know, it'd basically be like rendering another model.
Yeah, so
it's still cool.
May's whole entire plot is, I wonder what this character is up to. Now, granted, this character is swaggy as fuck.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
Johnny's plotline is, I rent a pirate ship, a literal pirate ship, based on illegal technology, and I take care of women around the world. Literally, his whole entire crew is filled with nothing but women, and you cannot tell me he's not fucking every one of them.
I was about to say, where can I sign up for this? Fucking sailing on a harem pirate ship is like, yes. Just yes.
So Johnny is cool as fuck.
That's probably game over, but instead we can do something like this.
Great Potemkin busting the peasants in the Middle Age.
So at that point, if we blue Roman cancel, we'll still be able to block the stand slash in time if that's what's coming, right? And if we catch him doing another Behemoth Typhoon, then we can just straight up knock him out of it, right? So technically the blue Roman cancel is not one of the core defensive mechanics, but you can definitely use it in a defensive way in a time when a lot of your other defensive options are taken away from you. So yeah, in the end, Guilty Gear Strive is definitely a game that favors offense over defense. I don't think anyone can argue that, right? But is defense weak? Well, sometimes, depending on the match. But you can definitely use your defensive options in more creative ways, perhaps ways you're not thinking about, right? Even if it's something as simple as using upper body invincibility to get past a move or something, there are options there. You're very rarely in a no-win situation. You can, though, sometimes be in a no-win situation.
Yeah, like blocking fucking Garuda Impact.
Sometimes, right? And sometimes when it just comes to mix-ups, sometimes you got a coin flip. That's the nature of fighting games, right? There will never not be the fighting game where there's not going to be the coin flip mix-up, right? So that's just how it is. But yeah, so I hope this has broadened your knowledge on this.
Go out and play some Guilty Gear. I watched Space Jam 2 and I'm not gonna watch Space Jam 2. I refuse. That is what we call marketing, and I'm not a fan. Let's see here. There's something else I wanted to look at that was on my subscription list. I want to look at this, and I want to look at this. This one's shorter, I think. Didn't know it was a thing. Well,
problems in Melty, you know, that's usually the case in a lot of games. I will never forget when Lord Knight was just made that video about Catalina, where he's like, "You're mad about mids?"
I just came in here to say that this character, along with Gran and Fairy, are going to be nerfed to the ground. Have a nice day. Fuck you. I have no sympathy for anyone who hates on Catalina. I have 0, 0, 0. You lose to fucking throws and mids. You can hold my nuts. If they fucking on my characters, have fun with fucking S tier Lowain. Have fun. We're all going to love the game then. Have fun. Get the fuck out of here. when people said fuck GT, I get it. I get it. Even though I didn't have much sympathy, I still get it. Catalina, bro, you're gonna get tight about this. Hold on.
So I love Lord Knight. Lord Knight is so salty about everything that everybody says. He gives me life because he's fucking correct.
I was about to say.
You're really gonna get salty that her normals are plus, bitch?
This part's the best part for Jimmy. What up? This part, him saying you're gonna get tight about this, and he just hits the stick without even like.
Hold my nuts. Peace. I'm not even gonna ban you. Come back anymore. Just hold my nuts.
I'm not gonna
Zero
even-
fucking sympathy for you.
Grand Blue is like a funny game because the characters don't do that much fucked up things. There's not that many things they do that are super cheap. I heard everybody's mad about the Grand Blue patch. I know nothing about it. I didn't even
Okay, so the thing about the Grand Blue patch, which there's another video that we can check out if you're actually interested. It makes me sad because the whole entire thing with Guilty Gear Strive, right, and for extent fighters, Dragon Ball fighters, is that they took out for Strive. They took out some of the really broken shit that kind of just makes the matchups like unplayable. And for everything that they did to take that out, every character got something in return when they took that away, and then all the rest of the cast just got buffed straight up, right? That's what they did. That's what they did for Strive. For fighters, they just changed everything so everyone just got buffed, right? Everyone in fighters got buffed. They woke up and chose violence. Some people got buffed that didn't actually need to get buffed. Like Adamana can speak for me. Didn't like the best character, the best damage wise character in the game get fucking buffs for no reason? Didn't Broly get buffed? Like, when I tell you that character got fucking like buffed that he did not need it, I mean he was already doing his level 3 super into a grab, and then fucking Broly wasn't the best in damage. He seems like he's the best in damage. He definitely seems like one of the best comeback characters besides Tien or some shit. He was doing like level 3 super into a grab to continue off of that, and then into another level 3 super. Like, bitch. Imagine if you got a smash, you get like your fucking the smash ball, right? You get the smash ball, you hit someone with it, you grab them, and then off of the grab you get another smash ball. Like, excuse you, fuck you.
That would be so disrespectful.
That'd be so disrespectful. And he's like,
that's one of those things that like there were certain things that made me want to just stop playing when we were playing Smash together. One of them was when you would suicide me with Bowser. That would be one of those kinds of things that would make me just want to turn off the game. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Adam is in the chat now. He's saying he gets it off 6 bars, but he was already great. He was already great, and the buffs weren't needed. Another character, Android 21 and Z Broly, having them get buffs was kind of weird to see. And then Piccolo got buffs, and literally every reaction I saw about Piccolo getting buffs was, how does this character keep getting buffed?
Me too.
But with Grand Blue, even with regular shit, like shit that's been in since season 1 of the game, they nerfed like actually everything. Like actually everything. Like the game, I'd say based on some of the nerfs that I heard, like remember earlier he was when Rufo Manga was talking about DPs and how that's invincible on startup. I'm gonna.
Was
That was directed at you. That was directed at you.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he was talking about that. So imagine doing something like that, right? But you still get hit by a projectile. In your invul frames, you get hit with the projectile. Like,
that would piss me off.
Right?
No, thank you.
So that's the kind of shit that they did in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, which is sad because that game is a really cool game. Like, one of the characters, I fucking adore her character design. I was literally talking about this the other day with Anamane as well. Narmaya? I love this girl. I love her. Sleepy big titty waifu with a fucking katana. I love her.
Big titty waifu with a katana. That's like your thing.
I love her. She also has a butterfly aesthetic, which I also love. I love her. She's probably one of the worst characters in that game. And I think she's bad because everything that she does, other characters do better, and she's extremely technical for no reason. So like you can play this character and look really cool in doing it, but you won't really do it for that much damage. You know what I mean?
Right.
In the video, she said she was stroking the staff, the katana. Get the fuck, the shaft of the katana.
Oh
Get the
my
fuck out of here.
God.
Get the fuck out of here. We're talking about nerfs. Get out of here. It's not my fault she strokes the katana.
We know anything about the state of the game currently, really. You know it's rough when Japan is mad about the patch? It's not like Japan never complains about anything anyway, that you just don't know it because you don't speak Japanese. You know
Yeah.
that Teresa like tweets in English, right? So you see what Teresa's saying. You saw the Ogawa translated text, right? These are Japanese players. It's not like they're some superhuman who just never complains. Ogawa is a permanent Doom poster, honestly. Like, if Zato is not incredibly top tier, he's just like, this game is hopeless, useless game. That's just like an Ogawa-ism. I don't understand this logic. Do you think these people are mad? Like, genuinely, do you think Japanese players don't, like, look at the game and think, fuck this
Ogawa
game.
is always so salty. I wouldn't know.
Someone to save him from Soul? No, he wants Zato to be the best character in the game by far, and it's not close, so that he can tell you to learn the matchup. That is Ogawa. You guys remember that clip? That's Ogawa. Like, it's him in the clip. Nobiru. Let's see him play. Nice. That was really great.
Man,
You got the play right there.
remember when
Big
YouTube
fan.
max quality was 360p?
Yeah,
Actions won the
that's
matchup.
crazy.
I love the part where he played. You get hit by counter hit Nobiru around start. Right? He just summoned Nobiru. He does IDH.
Do you remember when you could only upload
Knockdown.
10-minute videos?
Oh yeah.
Unblockable. So you just get unblockable. Dead.
If that
That's the
doesn't
instant
tell
kill. If
people
this
how
version
old
of
we are,
Zato
I
is
don't know
not
what
how
will.
the game is, he's just like, why would you play this game? It's useless. Well, that's the point, right? When he flies above you here, you can choose what side you're gonna land on or whatever, right? So then it's like cross up unblockable or same side unblockable.
That's
This is
awful.
player expression. This version of Zato, like, you know, they nerfed this character. And
So basically, he got one hit, and because he got that one hit, the game was
saying
over.
Before. The idea that like, oh, it's okay because this is hard is like so funny to me too, because it's like, word is it? Is it hard? Is it okay that it's hard? Everything's harder in these games. Everything. Moving is harder. Doing stuff is harder. Combos are harder. Jump count. There's no buffer or anything. Everything is more difficult to do. Defending stuff is more difficult, and the cheap shit is still just fucking cheap. Like, it doesn't make it any easier or hard. People will do it. These games have much higher character power than like newer games. The Johnny clip, oh man, the one that Deb posted of Dogra just getting unblockable. Even on commentary, they're just like, yep, he's just gonna unblockable. He's nothing he can do. He's just stuck. If that happens to you,
I feel like
you
unblockable should
motherfuckers
just be
today are
illegal.
like, Soul's far slash is +2. What am I gonna do? Imagine just getting hit by guaranteed unblockable on knockdown. You guys would be
Unblockable
so
should be
sad.
illegal. I'm
And
sorry.
that shit's not even that old. Look at this shit. Rev 1 Johnny. Back throw. Wake up throw and GG. You love to see it. Unblockable. Bam. Nothing you could do. Dogra has no meat. Look at the damage he eats on this, by the way. Just unblockable on. He just eats this unblockable. Bakasai.
I will
Exert-
go back.
IB.
I
They
need
made,
to
you
go
know,
grab
IB is so
something.
easy.
All right,
It's
exerts
crazy.
also have plenty of
Everything
balance unblockable. I don't care if it's blockable is balanced.
Blitzes
I
and
don't
stuff,
want
he
it.
gets lucky on the blitz and escapes. Nice.
What are you supposed to do about an
Amazing.
about an unblockable if you don't have a DP? You have to just eat that.
So he would have actually just lost. He was checkmated. Also, Sin is a very good character too. It's not like he's fighting some low power character either. How's that an unblockable? It's so this move right here, this misfinder, this is like a stance, and these coins down here power up these.
Don't
things.
get in the situation.
You have
Okay.
a little mist on you right here called
Okay,
Bakasai,
I
this
guess.
one right here. It's
So,
attached
so what you're saying is any game that has an unblockable situation, just don't play that game. Gotcha.
to your character, and he does misfinder, you can't block it. Yeah, the unblockable is just there. Yeah, like the Eddie drill into like the falling mix-up thing, like you saw in the older games. I mean, he still did that. Like, it's not like that's something that he didn't do. And having Bakasai, like Johnny having the unblockable, is pretty normal. Dude, Ryan, that clip is like some like chef's kiss. Like, it's one of the most beautiful fighting game clips of all time. That clip, you mean every fifth match against Johnny? It's the clip of Johnny getting the level 3 misfinder wall stick into super, and he like whiffs the super completely and then does.
All right,
the
hello,
BNB
I'm back.
after. He was trying to
Hold on. You said something right. What did you say
super,
something?
and he like
Sorry.
whiffs the super completely and then does the BNB after.
That's fucked up. That's incredibly fucked up. That's fucking stupid.
He's
All
trying
right.
to DHC glitch. It actually does look like a DHC glitch. Oh my god. Oh, This clip
This
is
dude looks like
so funny.
AJ to me. Like he has like the same energy.
Oh, yeah, he has the same mannerisms.
Yeah, he just seems like AJ. It's probably none of what he does like bothers me because I know for a fact AJ is a fucking troll. This CJM is also a troll.
Good.
Fair.
This shit is a DHC glitch. Look at this.
Like what the fuck?
He's just not.
I'd be mad too.
my
Shit,
God,
that's
just
unfortunate.
left. I would have left. That shit is cold blood. Look at it's. So remember the stance I mentioned? If you guys don't know Johnny, he has level 3 here. This is like the powered up misfinder. He wall sticks him. Look at the super hit. He goes flying. Look at Leia posted up on the wall.
I know Shane's super mad about that.
Yeah, I would have quit
I
too.
mean,
Shit.
Johnny, oh, it's the Eno Boys clip. Okay, let's look. This is probably it. This is probably the clip we were actually thinking about.
Oh, he missed, and he got the B&B anyway.
He just super dash. You guys thought super dash was in
Totally fair and balanced. Exactly.
Right.
That's a super dash. If only we could go back to when the game had honest ground-based footsies like this instead of a +2 far ass. He spent 50% meter just to get closer. I love it. I always laugh when people are always like, "Oh, I can't wait for."
It's like that one. It's very similar to that one clip I showed you where Faust did mix into PRC into mix just so he could continue staying in the air. He spent 100 meter just so he could make a statement. I'm in the air. Fuck you.
Need to come back. I love Johnny. Like I just think about. I hate Johnny. I really do. And then you score a random knockdown and the opponent behind the sticks literally doesn't matter anymore. I saw this tweet and I saw the SQ tweet and I was like, these motherfuckers are spit. Because I can say with confidence, I have never, ever played a game, any fighting game, where someone who's good hasn't said, this game is just fishing for a hit and then running your shit. Hearing that, I was like, damn, it must be a fighting game. I wasn't sure before. I was like, it could be a tower defense game. It might be like a cooking simulator.
Yeah, you could definitely say that about Smash, right? You get hit once and the game's over.
Oh my god, that's no fucking shit.
I wasn't sure if it was a fighting game till someone gets that first hit. What the fuck? Here we go. This is what I was looking for.
Blue and Guilty.
Because me and Monty are interested in Blaze Blue, but not Monty, Billy. I mean, I'm sure Monty is interested in Blaze Blue too, but me and Billy were interested in Blaze Blue. But the problem with playing Blaze Blue is that the community for Blaze Blue is all focused on the game Blaze Blue Cross Tag, which is a good game, but Blaze Blue Central Fiction, which is the actual Blaze Blue game, has no player base anymore. Which sucks because it's a really good looking game.
Yeah, it sucks. I hate it when you come to a game like late.
Yep.
There's no player base.
Start to drift apart as soon as you delve deeper.
Plus, it's also delay based netcode, so everyone's like having campaign like bring rollback to Central Fiction, and I'm with them. Do it.
I mean, it would bring back more players.
I'd play it.
The franchise has die-hard fans who will go to bat for their game. Although it's very easily debatable, to me, the most profound or at least most interesting difference between the two is the presence of attack attributes, or more specifically, strike attributes in Blaze Blue. In this game, a move can have a head, a body, and a leg attribute. Although this is a simplification, as there are certainly exceptions.
Is that like confirmed, or is that you're just a prediction?
Lows have leg, and your mids have body. Where this gets particularly interesting is when moves are invulnerable to certain attack properties. Let's look at Ragnar 6A. This move is invulnerable to attacks with the head property between frames 4 and 14,
Prediction.
making it decisively an anti-air. When I say it's invulnerable to head attacks, I mean it's completely.
They're gonna try to repeat Strive's
Even attacks
success.
that collide
They
with
should.
his
It's
hurtbox will go right through him, as you can see here signified with this white hit spark. It's worth noting, as I said,
I think it'll happen to
before,
Fighter Z
it's
too.
only
That's
a
fair.
certain portion of the move that's invulnerable.
I think Fighter
So
Z is
you
too
can
far in
bait
its
your
lifespan to
early
get
when
rollback
anti-airing,
anyway.
and
So
you can also have it baited by various movement options. It's by no means a simplification of anti-airing. You can find this for foot moves as well, which are commonly lows or at least crouching attacks. Here, Jin's 6B is invulnerable to foot from frame 4 to 22.
new games
It
would be
will
cool.
always
Yeah,
go
I want a new
through.
BlazBlue
However,
game.
you hit him with something that's got a body property and he'll get clapped. A similar thing actually exists in modern Street Fighter. Shoryukens that may lack the invulnerability to grounded moves will sometimes specifically beat all air attacks. It's a form of balancing that is substantially more concrete than relying on your typical hit and hurt box interaction for an anti-air that can fail more frequently. Speaking of which, let's move on to
I want a
gameplay.
lot of fighting games to come
This
out so I
game
can try them all.
functions
I
more
agree.
traditionally. Hitboxes and hurtboxes are the main thing that matter. Some moves
Look at
do
that
have
damage. Alpha is so
invulnerability, but it's far less
so not
specific
fair.
than
The
strike
game's
rate
over.
system.
Alpha won.
This is found primarily in a character's reversals or supers. This is Kai's anti-air 6P. There is no specific move invulnerability.
Except in their own
just
games. I agree with you
alpha
there. I've never been
invulnerability.
that big of a...
There
In
is
terms of
simply no
playing
hurtbox.
Mortal Kombat
Wait,
games, never been
so
that into
close
it.
Jump ins will whiff and he'll hit you. It's worth mentioning to a slightly more limited extent, these anti-airs do exist in BlazBlue as well.
I like the story and the
Like,
characters of
is
Mortal
a great
Kombat. I just don't like
anti-air
playing that
in
game.
Major part due to its speed and hitbox, no head invulnerability needed. Axel 6H, it goes over.
Mortal Kombat feels like one of those game series. Like, it doesn't matter how good at the game you get, you could fight someone who's actually just mashing and still lose.
You're not wrong.
That's what it feels like. Like,
Lows just because the hurt box is raised off the ground. However, if there's a low that hits particularly high up, such as Leo's 2D, it won't work. So we've talked about form, let's talk about function. What is so different about these styles of attacks and why is it interesting? The comparison I make is the difference between Virtua Fighter's sidestepping system and Tekken's. Virtua Fighter has a binary success condition for sidestepping indicated by a noise when it works, whereas Tekken's sidestep system has far more variation depending on character size, sidestep length, and the attack you're trying to dodge. Maybe you sidestep most of a move but get caught by some weird active frame at the end. Virtua Fighter tries to prevent this. It's not an exact comparison, certainly, but the purpose of these invulnerable moves in BlazBlue is to help make decision making feel more absolute. It also gives the developer more room to carefully curate a character just due to the presence of more variables. One style is certainly not better than the other, but they can both pose interesting design challenges or solutions. Let's look at Guilty Gear Strive. One of the biggest complaints in the beta test was anti-airs are not working. So to fix this, they lowered the hurt box on most of the cast 6Ps to around the knees. This worked. The thing is, 6P has always been an incredibly useful tool on the ground, and this game is no exception to that. You can use it to go through longer pokes with higher hitboxes as a counter. That's fine. This is a Guilty Gear strategy that has existed for a long time in a lot of versions. However, because it was buffed and the hurt box went even lower, suddenly you can start using it against things like Kai's 2P. A dedicated anti-air going through crouching punches is at best visually confusing. It even works on things like Leo's sweep, which looks slightly more reasonable but still not great. I don't think it breaks the balance or anything, but for spectators it is undeniably weird. It didn't even really solve all the issues people had. Pre the most recent patch, Chip's Jump 2K and Ram's Jump HS were really powerful.
okay, so fuck the first version of these moves. They patched it so they fixed it so it's a little bit easier to manage. But this move that Ramlethal has, I know you can see my mouse, other people can't. In fact, my face is coming Ramlethal entirely. The move that she's about to stick out with her sword is completely disjointed. So even if you do 6P here, you at best trade. And then Chip's move over here on the right. It was just, I think it was like fast and had a really good hitbox on it. So the character that I play couldn't anti-air that at all. And even if he could with like his non anti-air option with the close slash, at best it was fast and very plus. Yeah, that's annoying. Um, even if you could anti-air him, you would again just trade, and then I think he still had advantage.
Jumping attacks because they hit so low under them, it would basically bypass the 6P's upper body invulnerability. Once again,
Also,
I do not think
leaving an anti-air option up to a proximity normal is not good. So I'm glad they nerfed that. You should know what a proximity normal is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
these moves break the game, but clearly
I remember,
Arxis
like,
didn't
2
want them to
things.
serve his purpose.
Yeah, so basically, the
when
closer
it
you
got
get,
nerfed
a different
heavily,
button will come out.
the
A different
addition
version of the same
strike
button will come out.
properties and invulnerabilities to them fix these kinds of issues. In BlazBlue, you can have purpose-built anti-airs that do not hugely affect the ground game just by giving them head invulnerability. You can narrow
I
your
know some of the
focus
lore of
and balance your
BlazBlue,
moves
and I know that
simply
it's
because there are
incredibly
more
wild.
parameters to change, potentially avoiding
Yeah, there were
unforeseen
like 3
consequences.
things I was going to tell you
Ram's
before you
Jump
started
HS
screaming, and I can only
specifically
remember
lost
one
a
of them
lot
now.
of what made this
Well.
move unique with the update, at least to a degree, as the hitbox no longer reaches as far down. However, once again, head invulnerability would have been a massive help to countering this move while retaining its identity. Because you
I'm not
have
sure
to
my head
worry
can
about
handle
heads
any more
having
lore.
your hurt box,
BlazBlue
but
lore
low
is
vertical
stupid,
reach
so don't even worry
while
about it.
anti-airing. You would still have to react super early to actually anti-air the move properly, but it wouldn't be as helpless of a situation when she's above you.
Like, BlazBlue lore is like, it starts off fine, right, from the beginning, and then there's time loops, and then there's alternate timelines, and then you find out that all the alternate timelines and time loops are all canon, and you're like, what the fuck is happening in this game? I probably won't care about any fighting game lore anymore. Most fighting game lore is actually incredibly confusing. Like, the character, maybe Guilty Gear, since I know that one. I think Tsukihime / Melty Blood is decent enough as well. And so most fighting game lore is incredibly confusing. Like, this character, hold on.
I need to get the fuck off of Kickstarter. This is so dangerous.
I know, yeah. So
I literally start spending too much money on Kickstarter. I have to just shut the website off.
yeah. So this character, Yoshimitsu. Yoshimitsu is a really cool samurai ninja dude looking motherfucker from Tekken, right? But his lore starts in Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur.
That's a completely different series made by different people.
Yeah, what the fuck? This is some Elton bullshit.
Elton was a guest character. That's different. His lore,
I know,
the difference
I'm saying.
between Yoshi and Elton here is that, for one, Elton is made by the people who made Under Night make that
Words.
same game. Made the same game. Yoshi is a guest character in Soul Calibur, and despite the fact that he's a guest character, his purpose in the game is fucking canon. Street Fighter is another one of those things. So, like, it crosses over with other games and shit, right? And every crossover that they have is fucking canon, and you're like, fuck, why? Why would you do this? So now I just know when it comes to like other games and the lore, I care about the characters that I care about and their specific lore, and that's about it. And despite the fact that I really love Yoshimitsu, I have no idea what his lore is because I'm not looking at 4 games just to figure out what this dude's doing in Tekken 6. All right.
Then again, is it an issue if you feel helpless when she's above you? One of the perks that solely hitbox-based interactions have is the need for creative solutions. Maybe versus his move, instead you jump back then put out a button against her. Maybe you just backdash away, or maybe you don't get into this situation in the first place. It's fun discovering the utility of 6P in a grounded situation, even if it looks really wonky to an outsider. Seeing Tragic post on Twitter about how actually using close S is a really practical way of beating Chip's jump 2K was
Maybe you
insightful.
just suck and get hit.
It's the sort of knowledge that distinguishes players in the long run. Seeing the community come together to figure out problem moves is amazing. Not to say that BlazBlue doesn't have this, it of course does, but the obtuse nature of hitbox-hurtbox interactions being the sole thing a game is relying on certainly helps make some of this information less obvious. I do have to mention before both fan bases crucify me, I understand I have been reductive in the complexity of any given example during this video. There are so many variables in every situation. Even in something as simple as an anti-air in both games, it can be wildly hard.
Okay, so I forgot that Ragnar even had this. The character that's attacking right now, when he hits with certain attacks, his health goes back up. It's not as broken as you think it is, but it's still pretty like wild to see that.
Still sounds a little broken.
Yeah, like look at his fucking health bar. Look at character on the left's health bar.
Something as simple as an anti-air in both games, it can be wildly hard to summarize. What I want
Like his
to
health
highlight
just starts
is
going
one of
back
the
up.
Huge differences between these two incredible franchises. Both approaches pose new problems and new solutions. This is
Did
the
Faust just lick her?
fundamental
Or
excitement
him?
found
Or
when
I don't know what
experimenting
Rigid
with
identifies
the
as.
mechanics, and why you as a player owe it
Does
to
he have a
yourself
fucking
to
mini
try
Potemkin?
different games.
I gotta play the game
Languages
more.
are so rich in ideas. However, unfortunately, sometimes we look at balance.
I love
and
Alucard.
taste
Alucard is
issues
cool.
as systemic to the genre.
Rachel
but
Alucard,
they
excuse me.
really aren't. In my last video, I talked about round start, and I liked that video. But a fair critique I got was, why are we worrying about this? It's just part of matchups. And that's true. It is part of matchups.
Oh, I guess
One
it is
of
late
the
for you.
amazing things
Not
about
Anamone.
playing games is how varied they can
Money.
be in truly every aspect. It's a genre that's existed for 30 years now, so sometimes when the dialogue about a game's balance boils down to make this move worse or make this move better, I think it's unfortunate because there are so many mechanical solutions that we either ignore or dismiss due to a notion of legacy.
I like this guy's videos.
I couldn't tell.
Is he fighting Hotashi? Looks like he is. Do I care about anything else besides that other video? This happened yesterday. Oh, no, this is with commentary. Never mind. That's my video. It's actually gotten views. Yay.
That's crazy.
I'm just so used to not getting views. When I get any, I'm like, holy fuck! Like this,
You're like, what?
the stream I did because I couldn't sleep yesterday. I studied the multi-billion lore. It's depressing. Got 45 views, and I'm like, huh? I did this on a whim. I was trying to sleep and I couldn't.
Relatable. Imagine having a normal sleep schedule.
Oh, they're putting more Sega characters in Super Monkey Ball. That's cool.
Sega.
Tetris. Yeah. Let's check out this Kizzy video, and then I'll look at Lord Knight's video.
Oh! What are you gonna do? Be gone! What's going on, everybody? You already know who it is, and you already know. What
I don't
you
know why
gotta do
subtitles are wrong.
Support your boy. All right, so today's video, we went ahead, we played some Giovanna in the newest patch, and let me tell you, she is looking better than ever. All they did was change one thing, one little thing, and she's already super strong now, which is crazy. But, you know, she still got a couple of things that she always has a hard time with. But overall, I think she's a good character. But before we jump into that video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and let me know how you guys feel about Giovanna. Let's jump into it. This character's crazy. Soft knockdown.
So Giovanna's incredibly fast. She has what, in my opinion, something that she probably needs, but I still hate. She has a dash that she can cancel literally everything out of, including block. So she can dash forward and she can cancel at any point during that dash into block, into an attack, into backdash, into super. She, in my opinion, she actually needs it. It just sucks to deal with because she can get her approaches on at any point. And it's really hard to keep her out.
This is totally unrelated, but I'm just telling you because I don't know if you saw it or not. But the Venom 2 director confirmed that there's going to be a crossover with Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the future.
Sweet.
Right?
Fucking, I I'm glad Venom is getting more play because Venom has always been one of my favorites since like there's this really obscure there's this really obscure video game on the PSP, like the original PSP. Um, it was like a Marvel arena fighter, and I always played Venom and Iron Man in that, and I was like, yeah, fuck it up, dude.
This character is so strong.
I'd play it again if I remembered what it was
Time for
called.
me to 5P my way to victory, bro. Yeah, I gotta fight against Potemkin now.
Dun, 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 dun.
Uh-oh, I'm a Geo player now. You know how they said this character ain't so good?
She has a lot of plus frames too.
I mean, Pot is kind of OD though. And I just lost mad life for no reason.
Oh, I didn't realize that stops
yeah.
that. Damn.
What's our good air button, guys? Is it jump K?
Yep.
Oh, jump heavy slash.
That was jump heavy. Yeah, so he canceled. He did dash up and canceled dash into grab. So he's always in range for grab, and I hate her for it because my character is really bad with dealing with grabs.
Traps in general are just hard to deal with.
Geo is definitely not cheap. People just don't understand her frame data. Wow. I think Giovanna is omega cheap.
Yeah, even when Geo's turn is over, it's still kind of her turn. Oh, that hit. Wow. Look at his face. Look at his face. My thing about Guilty Gear is that every character is cheap.
Okay. 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 Oh. Oh. Oh, we Giovanna? We Giovanna? Okay. What's the mix up? Check the gram out. Whee!
Oh, did you throw it? No, he got it. He got it. He got it. I thought he threw it for a second.
We are now a Giovanna main, man.
You doing all right over there, Admi?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
figuring something out with one of my bills.
Oh,
Ah.
I forgot. That's always Mike.
Being an adult is overrated.
I agree.
Oh. Oh.
Don't do it, kids.
Don't do it. Don't grow up. Be a Toys R Us kid.
No way.
Live with your
Okay,
parents
so
forever.
do you remember we were talking about how Garuda Impact is a stupid attack?
Yes.
Okay, so right here, right? He stops to do Garuda Impact. Kizzy has burst, so he goes, "Oh, I don't want to hold that. I'll burst." But guess what? It's burst safe, so his burst just fucking missed, and now it's Potemkin's turn. So there was no option for him to get out of that. He had to hold that.
That's so.
No way. Okay. Okay.
Also unrelated,
Now you gotta
but
block.
apparently the Army, the U.S. Army, is
positive over
requiring
here,
all
bro.
active
I'm
duty
almost
soldiers
positive
to
we
be
block.
vaccinated by the middle of December.
Why would they not?
I don't know, but people are big mad about it.
Why are you mad about this?
Have you? Do you realize how people are?
I understand how people are. How people are stupid is how they are. Why are you mad about this?
Oh, that reminded me of it's one of the other things I was going to talk to you about. Okay, I can remember this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can tell you one of them now. One of them I'd rather tell you later. So you know the pilots are touring like right now, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Um, they put out a thing today that was basically like, hey, if you're coming to one of our shows, like you either need to be vaccinated, like fully vaccinated, or you have to have a negative COVID test within 72 hours of going to the show. And like people are big mad about it, so they're reselling their tickets, and all the people who don't give a shit about like all the people who have the vaccine and don't care about the requirement are like swooping in and getting extra concert tickets now cuz like why would you not?
Because I don't need more concert tickets if I'm already going to the concert. The only reason I do that is
Well,
if I can get better seats.
my point is, it's just really funny to me how all these people are like, "Well, I'm not gonna get vaccinated." I'm like, I don't know what you.
But what the
expected.
fuck is? But
Why are you mad?
why are you mad?
Also, I would just like to say, I've said this 1,000 times, but this is literally no different than how when you're a child you have to get vaccinated for tetanus and diphtheria and mono and all these other, well, not mono, but you have to get vaccinated.
I was like, can
for
you get
shit tons
vaccinated
of
for mine?
you know what I mean, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
you get
Nah,
vaccinated for like 4 different things as a child.
I'm just sitting here like this would be the equivalent of someone telling you to cook the chicken before you eat it.
It's like, really?
I'm
Never
not gonna
would have
eat this.
thought.
I'm gonna eat this chicken raw. Why? I'm telling you
Well,
that'll kill you. Don't do that.
no, I'm gonna eat it raw, and I'm gonna put fucking rat poison on it too. That way it'll counteract it being raw. And it's like, no, that's not how any of
No.
this works.
No. Shut up. I don't know what school you went to, but you need to go to a different one now.
Immediately go back to school.
Uh-oh.
That took a huge tangent. I apologize.
That's because it's stupid. Why would you not want your veterans protected? Why? What is with this country? What is with this country in putting all of our money into the war effort and then no one respects the war effort?
Because people think it means that whatever they want is the correct thing. That's how it gets interpreted.
Fuck you.
I was like, did I break you? Hello?
Nah, we don't believe that.
Wow. So he did reversal super there, and she was fast enough to grab him out of reversal super.
No.
Oh! What are you gonna do? Be gone! Through. Oh, I'm dead.
Wait. And this is why we don't let Potemkin hug anyone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was. He got a perfect, and he touched her twice.
It went bad so fast, dude.
He touched her twice, and she fucking died.
Oh my god, bro. Oh no. He had slayed me, bro. Oh yes.
Oh, it's
Here
Anji.
we go. Oh no. Uh-oh. Nice
That move is
option.
so good.
You got those? No, no positive.
Ah.
Oh no.
Oh, that was wild. Okay.
Okay. No, don't do this. Nice. I didn't even know that worked.
My favorite thing is when people do overheads, they'll include the bonk sound effect.
Oh, you're dead.
It's such a good sound effect.
Oh no, you live.
Ah.
No.
He missed the air throw.
Antar, do you and this guy have the same chair?
Huh? I gotta
Probably.
remember J kick. J kick.
It's really similar, at least.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah.
J kick. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, I got thrown. Oh, we got that. We got those. Oh.
Do, do, do,
Oh, no.
do, do.
Uh-oh. Oh, you don't throw the game right now. Oh, that'd be my super? Woo! I gotta remember to hit this 5H. And it's a counter hit button too. Okay. Ooh. I forgot what to do there.
It'd be like that.
Oh no.
And I just remembered
No
the third
Fuji.
thing I was gonna tell you. Nice.
Are you gonna tell me, or are you gonna like text it?
I'll tell you later. Like after stream later.
You should just text it so that way you don't forget.
Woo! 5H and 2D, definitely go bird. Woo!
Did I tell you that Bailey now cries at my door?
I got mixed up.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
We're going
It's
for
gotten to the point where now every time I come down the stairs, she starts meowing at me for me to pet her.
That combo was godlike. Oh, that combo was sick. Okay. Oh, nah, we got those.
Gotcha, bitch.
Okay. Nice challenge. Oh, you're dead now. Oh. 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 Uh-oh. 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 We found the secret button. It's 5H this whole time. I need this 5H. I just need the 5H.
I like Kizzy. Kizzy's cool. Do 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 do. I forgot there was a Power Rangers video game. Fighting game, excuse me. It's Lord Knight.
Fuck, I literally missed it? Yep. Fuck that. I knew that burst was bad too.
Oh, he's fighting Hotashi, which is the Evo champ and the person I learned how to play this character from.
Oh, charge. Hey, Hotashi on PS4 charged us.
Damage.
Fuck. Oh, let's go.
Oh, I missed.
Who does he have?
I missed.
I'm gonna
Ooh.
send this to my boy right now. That happened again to me, by the way.
Okay, this is them just playing sets. I don't necessarily care about that. Is there anything else in here I care about? This is normally what I do with my time. Ooh, let's check out Bea. Let's look at something you can actually talk about.
We'll be back later. We left you a message.
Right. So
Doesn't even wanna deal with
60% on Chef right now. Well, as I say that, more.
Ooh.
He got hit with the. He's an F.
I always wanted to play Bayonetta, but Bayonetta is was a little too complicated for me. Holy shit! Wow.
Power level just starts breaking the scouter.
You can see too far into the future, and you have all the reads, but
You've seen your death. You already. Okay, double afterburner.
Oh, that beats that? Okay.
Question it is Lima. He does so many crazy combos.
he's the Bayo.
Oryx is eating it now.
Oh, are you? No.
Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead.
Lying.
He's dead.
You're lying.
He's alive?
Question mark. I do mean question mark.
Alright.
Oh.
Like you said,
Oh, well, what
pressing
the fuck?
buttons.
Yeah, and what I see, already
See,
like developing
this is
between
like-
his cheeks is like he's respecting Bayonetta's like.
You can commentate on this. This you understand.
Well, yeah, no. What I was gonna
Whoop!
say was, like,
Man
even the
slid
competitive
through.
Smash
Lima
that, like,
just
I've
covered his
seen,
eyes.
the
What in the
tiny,
world was I
tiny
thinking?
bit that I played in was nothing like this.
Yeah.
Like, once you
not
start getting
that
into
great,
the
and-
offstage shenanigans,
Ooh.
like,
No, the neutral B was a simple threat.
oh my god.
When you get out of offstage shenanigans, you're like, how?
Yeah, like, that shit makes me nervous when I'm playing. I'm like, how
This
do you-
shit makes me nervous watching.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you know that you're not going to, like, just fuck something up? I mean, I know a lot of it's muscle memory, but...
Yeah, he's going, what do I do? Oh, wow.
Up to carry to the top of the screen.
See, what happens is that, you know.
I always wanted, like I said, I wanted to play Bayonetta, but Bayonetta was a little bit too complicated for me.
Actual Nintendo lore, that's what it's called. Patooey.
Well, see, and the crazy
Actually,
thing is, like,
you know,
shit like this,
whenever
getting
the
to
ball
the edge of
shoots
the
up-
screen isn't just a thing you can do with Bayonetta.
Forget it, bro,
Like,
whatever.
theoretically, you can do it with a lot of
after
different
that
characters.
unfortunate first
Yeah.
You just have to understand that spacing.
Might find an early kill here.
Ooh.
Ooh, that was awesome.
Because you could absolutely do this with Zelda. I just...
Yeah,
I,
so before
it would break my brain.
after quarantine.
There's a Yeast Smash video that came out yesterday that I didn't watch that we should probably check out. I think it was actually offstage shenanigans. And I think one of them was Cloud.
See, Cloud doesn't surprise me.
Cloud should surprise you. His air game is good. I don't think he has a good recovery.
Well, that's not why it doesn't surprise me, though. It doesn't surprise me because all of the Clouds that I played in the slightly competitive that I was in would, like, hand my ass to me off the stage, which always surprised me. So it's not that surprising anymore. You know what I mean?
Okay, what about under the stage?
That too. Most of them were really good at figuring out recoveries in, like, stupid situations.
Because you know that can't kill you, and then they can't reach you for the follow-up.
Okay. Well, I mean, you are getting followed.
Indeed are getting
Up,
followed.
down, all around.
Ooh, baited.
Downtown. Third round.
Is this really game 3?
Yes.
Did game 1 and 2 happen that fast?
Yes.
If they're a good Cloud anyway, they should. If they're a good competitive Cloud, they should be good at figuring out recoveries.
Stop! Oh, stop! If you would hit that, stop!
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Round 1 was that Witch Twist 2.
Oh my
the
god.
He's dead.
Big fist, and now we got the 3.
See, like, how did they know they were
But
gonna make it
also
to the
has
edge of
skill
the stage?
powers
They couldn't even see the
to blow
stage.
Bayonetta in that respect. Also.
Experience. Also, can we talk about the slow walk after that? Just what, like look her, like after he gets this hit, walk the way slowly, then hit F smash.
Ike also has the kill power to blow up Bayonetta in that respect.
Oh my god.
This is not a good
That's
spot.
so
I think it's a-
disrespectful.
No, now he used to jump. Oh no.
I mean, he's
Yeah, you got the air dodge
fine.
now. Oh no, Bayo
Also,
sucks.
this guy is
I
like
definitely
fucking
need you to at
on
least
it with
touch
his
him. Oh,
shielding.
That would have been spicy, but not going to be able to get the parry here.
Oh, that was
but,
Oh, he's dead.
0 to
Oh, he's
10.
dead.
Your buttons is gonna mean anything right here. And
Hi.
combo game is so
once again,
Are you watching on stream?
Oh, and
Yeah, I
misses the
am.
jab.
I forgot you were
not gonna be able
streaming
to get
for
the kill
me.
here, but like I said, Lima just pushing the advantage as high as
Mostly,
as
I
they
have
can
your
get it.
stream up in case somebody else comes along and
ABK
is
beat
talking
the
in
lawnmower
the chat.
that
Yeah.
Like,
Mitro is
whoa.
swinging around.
Oh, dead.
Let me
Yeah,
just
Like I was saying
rearrange my
earlier when
stuff.
Oryx was playing, I feel like it's Oryx and Lima are the two people in this region that are really used to being able to control the pace of a game, and if they're able to do that, they're winning. And what we're seeing so far is that Giddy has been majorly controlling the pace of games.
Well.
Clapped
You were
by
saying
the
something.
down air. Gets clapped by the down air from Giddy right there.
Peeled, boiled, baked,
And now sliced.
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 But this is what I'm getting at, right? Is that I'm just never gonna get
That's Lima wanted to.
I'm just never gonna get to say anything.
Oh,
Dueling up
back
tilts.
hits of up tilt.
All right, now Lima a little bit of a two-piece combo. Chef finally gets a little bit of stage control, but Lima's in this game all of a sudden calling out a ton of Chef's jumps. Seems like every time he short hops, Lima has hit him.
And that is kind of Lima's plan, the Bayo plan, right? Wait for you to jump, in comes the pressure.
Ooh.
0% success rate.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Time for
Okay,
change.
I'm gonna say it. This looks like he's fishing.
It does
This
indeed.
looks, I'm gonna say it. This is looking Pringles.
Oh, no, down.
This is looking Pringles.
This is looking
Oh, oh.
He's opening him up.
If you don't have any angles, use switch time and
Ooh.
make your own
Hey,
angles.
hey, I'll take a 1-0.
Oh, for sure.
Happily take that up 1. Can you imagine?
I got hit by that. I got hit by that.
Okay, gets that grab, drops through the other. I love the cute attempt there with that setup. That's something you see often.
Yeah.
But unfortunately didn't get anything huge off of it. Now it's Lima taking
Did you ever see Smash 4 Bayonetta?
Waits for the dodge.
Uh,
Going for everything. Look, if you want to grab
So imagine this, right? But way easier. Imagine all the shit the Bayonetta is. Imagine all the shit the Bayonetta is doing right now, but you die at like 9%.
Yeah.
Grab me. You get nothing. Right. So I'm just gonna sit here and hold shield.
Oh,
I remember
okay,
you
here's the
showing me
grab.
is it nothing? Because you talked about how much better she was.
Okay.
in that
Yeah,
game.
she's a lot better.
Grab by itself, no, but the air dodge punish after absolutely was everything.
But Smash 4 was not that great of a Smash game, all things considered.
He's DIing these
Right.
combos. He's not falling in anything for free. He's a big
Well,
body.
you definitely
but-
weren't the only person who talked
Lima
about
gets
how
good
much better
damage,
she
but
was
the
in that
position that he's
game.
in
I think
afterwards
most
isn't
of our
great.
friends
No,
did
he doesn't
when
get to extend
Ultimate
the
came
advantage
out.
any longer after he like uses his triple jump and all the ABKs and everything, right? He has to land on stage and to let Grayson come back to neutral, basically.
Nice extension on the plat. I really don't know why we're on Battlefield because I feel like this is really good for Bayo, but they played for so long.
Well, this is
before.
Lima's counter pick, so.
Right, we also started here.
If you shoot like a missile, you know.
Bayonetta's counter is the only counter that's good against projectiles, I think.
Man, it's kind of hard for Mimin to find the space in this matchup to like actually get your stuff going.
Yeah, because if there's anybody who's going to be like super overtly aggressive, it's definitely going to be Lima in this matchup. Because
Yeah,
there
it is. And even New Days over the last couple of months, right? Where it's like, yes, I'm going to be very, bait and punish, and I love with punishing, right? Mistake likes forcing you to make.
That traded? Holy shit.
Right.
Oh, she's dead.
Phenomenal player. Absolutely. Oh, that's it. Speaking of parries, confident parries. I never thought about it before, but when you think about it, Bayonetta against gimpable recoveries is actually very strong.
Oh yeah, he's still one of the best edge guarders in my opinion.
Yes. Oh.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I would love a game 5.
The people would love it.
I'm pretty sure Lima would not love a game 5 at all, and that's gonna kill. He doesn't have a jump.
That's all.
R.I.P.
Lima takes it.
Love that. The fist bump, the handshake to both.
Yeah, right.
True combo. Where's Yeet Smash at? Yeet Smash, senpai. There he is. Perfect parries. I want the other video. Outrageous offstage shenanigans. I haven't seen this yet.
Wow. That was a setup. I believe that was set up, bro. There's no way.
I remember when you and I would watch these videos like every day.
Oh!
Oh no!
Also, deutschen Code quasi.
This is an interesting matchup.
Watch this.
Fucking Cloud.
Oh, it's Cloud. Never mind.
Oh no!
Ooh.
my god!
Oh, he's dead too, though.
Clip it! Clip it! Someone clip it!
That was wild.
Anyone clip that?
Someone clip it.
Connect. That's that Yoshi's. Back to the center of the stage. Arrow gonna catch the toes. Angel trying to air dodge to safety.
Kick, getting that strong hit. The tag.
Ooh.
Oh, the tech, though.
That was a sick
But-
that was
That was so cool to watch. Okay, look, it's you.
It's one of me.
Now the question is, are you gonna win?
It's probably some
I'm
kind
gonna
of
go with-
weird trade.
I'm gonna go with yes.
They both died. Yeah, it was a weird trade. It was a weird trade.
Definitely brought this game back. It looked like it was a pretty rough situation. I mean, he's still in a bad spot here. Kit on the deep back edge guard, but oh no, that might be dead.
Oh,
good wait, but yeah.
what?
now-
What?
Wait.
Oh no! He dived in.
Oh no! To be fair, if you're that far off the stage, I probably would have done the same thing.
But that grab is very active. Ooh, that's death. That's death.
Whoa!
What the fuck did I just watch?
Ooh, he didn't have a choice. He might as well have gone for the dive. Yeah.
Fucking K. Rool. Fucking hated K. Rool. Good K.
He's
Rool.
not a
Bad,
he's not a
bad
good
K. Rool.
character, but like if you're not paying attention, he was very good. Ooh.
Bad K. Rules were fun to fight because like you could rock their shit really easily. Good K. Rules, no, that was not fun.
Hold up. Now we got ourselves.
I wanted to get good at Duck Hunt too, but just not my character.
We're looking at like maybe a good
Back.
edge guard.
Okay, great DI.
Yeah, I remember when you tried to play him for a couple minutes.
No way.
The character is goofy. Oh no! He got him. He got his thunder. That's why Lucas is better. I'm just saying.
That's a really good way to fuck up his recovery.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, we all got hit by that. Yo, fuck Pac-Man is so... Pac-Man makes me feel like I'm not playing the game correctly.
Same.
Oh! That was so wild. That was insane.
Oh my god. Playing the sword characters just makes me so frustrated so quickly. Like fighting them, not playing them.
Yeah, you never played them.
Yeah, I know, I worded it weird. What is happening?
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what happened.
This character is Twitter clip the character.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh.
Pac-Man was the original Steve.
Oh. Hey! He didn't take it.
That's gonna be
What? What? Oh! What? 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 God, what the kind of shit?
Very smart.
Hmm.
Now, Isabel is at 120 now, and will just die on a stray smash attack. Might die to a fair here off stage. He's got limit again.
I think what he's gonna
That was fucked up. That was fucked up.
He probably just felt like he parries the explosion and he still gets
I didn't even see Isabel pocket that.
Okay, he's definitely not out of this just yet, but that grab. Ooh, did he drop the banana or I think he dropped it just from getting hit? All right, good barrels. Ooh, oh my god.
Oh, he's dead though. He...
Takes the trade. Okay, he may have been even okay.
That was a good shot. Is this stage tournament legal? Weird. Or is this the Battlefield version of it? What the hell? What the hell just happened? Wait.
What?
Wait. Oh, he went down. That's why that hit him. I was like, how the fuck? Yeah, he did it. He did his up smash down.
That's alright.
Oh my god, the pressure
That's
just went
really
straight
smart.
at him. Dash attack, goes for the upper, didn't jump this time, jumped that time though. Oh, the forward air maybe nearly so close. Okay, Fox off stage. Could be fine, is fine.
Oh, that would have been really cool if he got that.
Oh, what the? What
Oh, that traded.
I mean, honestly, losing the stock there, not a bad idea.
I mean, he was the stock ahead, so it wasn't.
Exactly. Oh. Fucking.
Oh, he got hit with the. Yep, he's not. Oh, can he get back?
He's trying so hard. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no! Why did he hit him there?
Et on reviendra une nouvelle fois sur cette plateforme. Ça va si vite.
Oh, it's fatality.
I imagine a lot of like competitive smashers.
Woo!
I imagine a lot of them fall into the same like panic brain that everybody else does.
They're
where
just
it's
good
like,
at not showing it.
Yeah, yeah. That was an interesting way to use that.
Oh, is he dead?
No!
Yeah, he's dead. Oh, what I thought he was gonna do is I thought he was gonna throw his the bomb at the PK Thunder and give his recovery.
Yeah. Okay, so you see how the guy in the right corner has that Zelda shirt?
Yeah.
That was so
I feel like
good.
every single
Come
Smash
on.
tournament that I've seen footage from has somebody with that shirt.
It's a very common shirt.
I know.
Wow, that's broken. He was at like 90.
Oh, he teched it and he got the. Oh.
Okay.
I don't
Couldn't
even
even-
know what I just looked at. I have no idea what I just saw.
Classic Jordan. Absolutely. Jeb's doing something nice. Wholesome out of sheer coincidence. Hell yeah, man. It's the only time I end up being wholesome.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, I guess it worked for him.
Yeah, Zara loops. That still hit him, and he teched it. Can he get that? He can get that.
Oh my god.
I love Lucas so much. That's my nigga Lucas. All right, I think we're gonna that'll do it for this stream. Streaming for about 2 hours, and it was just a hangout. I think we're good.
Woo!
So I will probably not stream again until I might stream tomorrow because we're not playing Guilty Gear Friday, so I might stream tomorrow to do Guilty Gear, as well as Anamani actually made me a mod for a skin for Nagoriyuki that makes it basically me, so I definitely want to use that, but we'll see. It basically just really depends on how I feel, so I will see you, if not tomorrow, then Friday. Take it easy, y'all. Later.
Later, nerds.